Hi, it's Gerry, and welcome to day 110 of A Course in Miracles. The lesson for today is, I am as God created me. And, this gets to the essence of who we are. We are sacred children of God. When you look at a newborn baby, for example, or when we look at a newborn baby, a baby is pure love and pure potential and all good. And a baby has almost, no fear. It just brings love to everyone they meet. They have no inhibitions. They don't worry about anything really. They just know that they'll be taken care of, and we respond to that. And we move away from that as we get older. We're way too hard on ourselves, really. And I think that's the problem. We think that for whatever reason, we think we're not lovable. We're afraid of so many things that we don't need to be afraid of. And the message for today, I think, gets us back to the essence of our being. I am as God created me. For the meditation times, the lesson continues. I'm just going to read it here. God's Son can suffer nothing, and I am God's child. Now, I do get a little bit confused with the language in the text. When they say God's Son can suffer nothing, are they talking about Jesus? Because the text talks about Jesus as well, and Jesus as the Son of God who lives inside of us, which is wonderful. We're one with Jesus. And that's beautiful, but it makes me confused. So I rewrote the text a little bit. It said, or the original text said, and I am God's Son. I see myself as God's child, really. And I kind of wish the text would be a little clearer with that and a little more inclusive with the language. But I mean, it's different. The language is different today than it was in the 1970s when the original text came out. But still, it does cause me a little confusion. But that said, the way that I understand it, it's that God's Son, Jesus, lives in us. There is no suffering because God is love. And I am God's child. Now that concept of suffering too, again, it reminds me of what Viktor Frankl said, that suffering ceases to be suffering when we give meaning to it. The struggles we have, the challenges we face, they're all part of life. And they're all opportunities for growth and for, to make us better. And as Nietzsche says, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. So I prefer to see suffering that way and to respond to those challenges with love, with compassion, with acceptance. So I think I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to sign out for today. I've written a bit more in the text for today. But just embrace that. We're God's sacred children. God lives in us. God is love. We are love. Peace be with you, and we'll talk more tomorrow.